What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in CGFIX. We got a 350z with an issue. I think it's 2006. Yeah, 2006. It got an issue with misfires, and I already diagnosed it, and ended up being that the valve covers on these cars, they're plastic, so they go out, and I see a bunch of oil in there. The coils, plugs, everything must have oil in there. So today what I'm going to be doing is basically doing a fresh tune-up, and we're replacing the valve cover gaskets. Today I'm just gonna remove everything. It might be a part 2 video depending, because the parts are not here yet. We're just removing everything today and then coming back another day, and whenever the parts are all here, replacing whatever we got right now. So if he does got the covers in there, then we'll replace the covers. But with this video I just want to show you how to remove this whole intake, because we're kind of like an overview of what we're taking out. You're removing this plastic. You're gonna be removing, you could remove the whole box if you want. I'm gonna remove it probably from here. You're clearly gonna have to remove this. You're probably not gonna have this on yours. If you do, remove it. And you basically want to take off every single bolt that you see around the intake. There's a bunch of bolts here, around here, 10mm bolts all over. There is a couple bolts in the back as well on a bracket that holds the intake. You just gotta make sure you remove all those bolts. So basically you're gonna remove every single bolt that you see. So you see all these bolts right here. Any bolt that you see or anything that holds on the intake, you're removing. But before you even do anything, make sure you remove at least one of the terminals. So I'm gonna loosen that up, remove one of the terminals before you start working on anything, and then basically get to it. And let's go through the process. Let's go. Get yourself a 10mm socket with a ratchet. Or a ratchet that's just, the wrench, just a 10mm, and just remove the negative terminal, both, whatever you want to do, whatever fills your bolt. Oh man, this thing is in there. All right, so first step is that. You could do it however you want, and also, like, again, if you don't have this bar, then you don't have to worry about it. But if you do, what I'm using is, I might use a cheater bar as well. So I might put the jack pole on this, depending how tight they are. And this is a 14mm, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4 and 4 each side. Remove that bar out the way. I thought my life was gonna get easier. My impact is dead. All right, my impact is dead. So what I did was I broke it loose with the breaker bar and the 14. Broke them all loose, and then I was gonna use the impact, but fortunately I didn't charge that. So we're doing everything manually. So we're still removing this. Also on this side, there is this thing right here, like this clip. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, right here. There is this clip here. You're gonna just watch this thing. There should be a little pin in there, like in there. You put a flathead and you kind of go like this to it, and then this just lifts up and it comes out the way. But I need both hands. So anyways, let me remove this so we can get further in the video. And just like that, a little wiggling, and you have it removed. On this side, I just unclipped it from this side right here, so you don't have to take it, the whole clip out. Anyways, now that we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and remove these 10mm for the plastic cap here. At least it's working for these. It saved me a little bit of time, trying to use that impact as much as I can, because this would have been a lifesaver right now. This thing would have been done 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's 3. I'm gonna stay in there. I'm trying to do this all one hand so I won't drop anything. All right, keep those bolts right in there and place that to the side. Now we're working. All right, now we're cooking, boys and girls. So you have to remove. Let me talk about lines first. So this line right here, this line right here. The intake, I might take it from right here, honestly, and then take it from there and just remove that, so I don't take the whole box out. You know what I mean? Oh, I didn't have to take out this either. You keep it in there. And a bunch of 10mm bolts. So as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's about 15 around, I say about. There might be a couple more back there. And then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on top. And there's a hose in the back too over here. All right, so you can remove this hose here. Remove this 10mm to take this out the way. As you can see, there's a couple bolts here as well. 10mm, 10mm. This line looks like it's gonna be in the way too. So this line for this piece right here, this right there, remove out the way. And there's also a bracket on the right side right there, and then basically remove all that, and then if anything else comes along as I'm doing the job, because this is how I do my videos, as I'm doing the job I come across other bolts and stuff, and I'll show you what I came up with. If there was a bolt that I couldn't see, it was kind of an issue, I'll show you where that bolt is. So with that being said, I'll be back after I remove all those bolts. So for this one, what I did was I loosened it up here, took the 10mm bolt for this bracket, and then you also got a hose right on the bottom. So take a clamp, some type of pliers, whatever, and then remove it out the way. Honestly, you could just leave it like right there. It won't be in your way. But I'm just gonna remove it out of the way just so it won't be in the way, you know? In case later it just gets in my way. Right underneath, there's another 10mm bolt. There's one over here. I think I loosened that one up already. But yeah, we're almost there. So we're basically, we got all these loose. All these are loose, and then we'll just have to take this one out. Also, this line, I did say earlier you have to remove it, but honestly, since this right here, this piece right here is kind of on the side, the line you have to take out is this one right here. And basically, after you loosen all that up and all the bolts, this should just come up. Unless there's another bracket behind it I'm not seeing right now. But if I do see a bracket, I'll let you guys know, just in case, because sometimes there's a bracket that holds the intake. Not in every car, but some cars do. I did one of these like a long time ago, maybe 5 years ago, before I started YouTube. And then I also did an Infinity with my boy. I helped him do a video on it. He did an Infinity that got the same exact engine. It was just the same exact kind of same process, you know. It's the same exact engine, same everything. So I'm just refreshing my memory at this point. And if I ever got to look at a video, guess what? I look at mine. You know, I got a whole video on this on a different car with the same engine. All right, so here's a bolt that you won't see unless you see it, you know. See that bolt right under there, that 10mm? So I got all these bolts out, you know, and when you're gonna remove, when you're finally gonna remove it, when you get that bolt out, you kind of just want to go pry around, you know, around the, you know, in case you missed a bolt, you'll know. Because once you go like this, look, perfect example right over here, let's say right here. All right, once you go like this and you feel some tension, like tension, that means there's still a bolt that's tight. All right, these right here, make sure you leave them on there. Okay, so remove that 10mm bolt. And kind of an update where I'm at right now. Actually, I removed this plug here, I removed this hose here, I also removed this hose here, removed this 10mm, so it gets that out of the way. And basically the only thing holding on to this right now should be that 10mm and maybe one more hose, this one right here. There's a hose in between that goes to the, I believe, the throttle body. No, it goes on the intake. But right where this ball's at, there's another hose with a clamp like this one. And then what I'm gonna do is remove that 10mm bolt, and when I lift up the intake, then I'm gonna just take clamps and just remove that, you know, this line right here. I don't know if you can see it, but right here. All right, let's remove that, and then after that it should be ready to come out. Take that 10mm nut here, washer, whatever you want to call it. I forgot what it's called, but anyways, I used the 10mm wrench. Perfect tool for that. I tried to use this, it's too small and I couldn't really torque it. I did get it to move a little bit, but this was perfect because it fit in there just perfectly, and I was able to, you know what I mean, hold it with one finger with one hand, and then the other just, I'm working with what I got. All right, so that's removed, and now we're getting more movement, and I feel like there's something still holding this thing. What could be holding this thing? Oh look, there's another one in the front. Look, little fucker's hiding right there. So right there you got another one. So remove that. Then after that, all right, let's do it live right now real quick, because after that it should be just be able to lift off. All right, let's go ahead and do this live real quick, because I can easily take this out. All right, that's loose. After that, then we should be able to remove this intake. All right, come on. I'm probably gonna skip like 2 seconds of this video of me taking this bolt out. We'll see. All right, put it somewhere you're not gonna lose it. Okay, I put all the bolts right there for this, so I won't lose it. Okay. All right, and then go around, just keep doing the same thing. There we go. So we had this one out here, just holding it. It was still a little bit too tight, but I was able to lift it up. And then as you can see, you got this hose right over here to remove. And remember guys, this is just the top part. You still got to do the bottom part. All right, so that's just the top part, because in order to get the bottom out, you have to get the top part out. All right, so that's where a lot of this part comes, where they call me, because it becomes a little complicated for, you know, the regular person trying to do this job. So let me use both hands, remove that, and then we're gonna go towards the bottom of the intake. So we got one more. So we got that right over here, right under it, underneath. There's another one holding it. After that, this whole piece just comes out. Just like that, you got the top part out. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here. I'm gonna leave all those bolts on it. So I'm leaving all these bolts are gonna stay there, all right? And you can go ahead and remove this gasket as well. You don't need this. Oh yeah, it's under this. So anyways, now we're gonna go ahead and remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's see. Oh yeah, you have to remove those too. You have to remove these right here too. What else? Yeah, you have to remove these 2 bolts here, because that's holding it. And then if anything else comes along, I'll let you guys know. You guys already know. I'll be back. Just like that, I got it loose. So it's just a matter of removing it. You gotta remove this right here, this bracket. Push it to the side. And I basically got it all loose, ready to, you know, rock and roll and remove it. At this point, please, before you do anything, make sure you put either paper towel, any type of towel in here. Because the last thing you want is to drop a socket or any debris going there, you know what I'm saying? But dropping a socket, it's gonna be a bad day for you. Or dropping anything in there, it's gonna be a bad day. So I'm gonna go ahead and rip up basically a towel, and I'm gonna plug these up. Make sure nothing goes in there before you go and touch anything with valve covers, coils, spark plugs, any of that stuff. We're gonna go ahead and plug that up. Right, it ain't the prettiest thing in the world. It doesn't have to look pretty. You just have to save your butt from dropping anything in there. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and start with the valve covers. All right, so the way I'm gonna go about it, I'm gonna go ahead and first remove the plugs. Obviously, I'm gonna go ahead and you can see it's clipped on here. You're only gonna have to remove them up to here. So you remove it from here, unplug it, unplug it, unplug it. All right, and unplug it from here. If this harness for some reason doesn't go this way for you, you could remove it from the back too to do that. Yeah, do that. So yeah, go and remove it all the way from the back here. There's a plug back here. If you follow the traces wire right here, this whole harness, just unplug it from there so you're able to take this wiring and just push it this way. And then you got this hose right here to remove. You got this cable for the injectors. You just want to remove them from here and there. You got hose that you're gonna have to swap over to the new valve cover. And then on this side, it's kind of the same similar situation. There's just a couple more things in the way. But other than that, it's kind of the same situation on both sides. There's just this in the way, you know. You just have to play around with it. Don't remove too much, because with this stuff, because that's the gas. Yep, that's a gas line there. So don't play too much with that. Just get it enough to wiggle this thing out. And this side, yeah, that's about it. It's basically the same thing. So just removing these wires, plugs, and get the cables to come this way. Knew it was broken, because damn, dude, this cable had me working. So all right, when you go follow the traces wire, you remember that plug I told you, remove that one. You got another one here, and then you got another one here. And this plug, I'm like, dude, why is it not clipping? I couldn't find the, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I know where it's at, but it wasn't clipping, and I'm like, it's gotta be broken. So it sure is. So I was able to just pull it out. So whoever did this job before or did whatever work they did on it, broke that plug, the clip on it, well, the plug, yeah. And as you can see, once you got that done, you could just put it to the side. You don't gotta remove no more, you know. I'm gonna put all this new right here. I'm gonna strap all this brand new. So yeah, I end up just cutting these things off. And then just make sure you remember where these plugs go. Oh, this clip right here, where's this connector? This one. So you want to get like a flathead, and you pop this up to unlock it, and then you could just pull it back, and you know it unclips. So all right, this is how far we are on this side, and make sure you only do one side at a time. You know, you don't want to mess something up. You know what I'm saying? Also, give it a like. If you're enjoying the video, you're learning how to do this, save yourself from hundreds of dollars, because easily maybe like a grand or two at a dealership, you know, versus what I'm charging the customer. You know, I'm not charging them that much, but you know what I mean. But anyways, we're here. So now that we're here, look at these beautiful plugs. You got 1, 2, 3, 10 millimeters. All these are 10 millimeters. So 1, 2, 3. And then to take the valve cover gasket out, the valve cover itself, I still got this line right here, this hole, I mean, and these gotta get right here unclipped. All right, once I unclip that, take the 10 millimeter bolts out, This bracket, I'll leave it there for now, it looks like. And there's also a bolt right here. And you should be able to put your 10mm socket in there with no issue without having to take this off. We'll find out. I hope so. But yeah, I'll let you know if for some reason I have to remove this piece here, but I don't think so, but we'll see. Let's remove that now. That's like I suspected, because when I diagnosed this car, I knew it had to do with oil getting into the coils or spark plugs, because this happens all the time with these. I mean, what gave me the big, you know, kind of indications that there's oil caked up all over the valve cover, on the bottom, on the top. Obviously here because, you know, you spill overfill, but on this one too, this one's leaking a little bit. But I forgot which coil it was, and I forgot which cylinder it was. But as I'm removing this, I was gonna end the video here, because basically all this is just basically removing all these bolts and removing it in reverse with everything. But I'm like, you know what, let me just see for good, to see if this is coil, to see if this one of these coils are, you know, as you can see, look, this one looks good, no oil on it. This one looks good as well. But you get to this one and voila, look at that. This thing is caked up, dude, in oil. And I can see from here that the seal on the valve cover itself, like the O-ring, is gone. It's like I don't even see it there, honestly. So if your car's misfiring, most likely it's probably that you have oil in your ignition, in your spark plug, and you're gonna have a misfire. So with that being said, this is basically kind of done for you, basically, because everything else is like reverse order. Everything, I already pretty much got everything loose to the point where I could just, you know what I mean, remove these coils. And I got all these bolts loose, all these 10mm bolts are loose, and it's just a matter of just prying it, you know. Don't go crazy prying it, you know, pry around little by little, and take it out. Use this also so you can pull it out, you know, if you have to. These little parts came in, and my boy went all out with these. I'll ask him where he got them, and I'll put them on the link down below. He also went with a aftermarket filter as well, you know. This, I don't even know what the hell this is for. It looks like it's for the filter, probably, maybe for there. I don't know, but we'll find out. That's aftermarket. Got a tubing here for it. Then you got, oh yeah, it's for the pipe, for the, yeah, it has to be for the aftermarket. But yeah, parts came in, boys, and I'm basically gonna wrap all this up, put all this back together. We're at the point right now where I just gotta pry this thing out and remove the valve cover and replace this one, then go to that one, and that's it. But yes, sir. Jeez, this engine is clean. Look at that. This engine is super clean. All right, and the issue that we're having is with that one right there. It's all cracked up in there and a bunch of gooey stuff in there, and we're gonna take a peek in there and, you know, clean that up, clean the maybe surfaces, and then put this beautiful, you know what I mean, carbon fiber, carbon fiber, baby. This is such a bummer right now, and I don't even know how to go about telling the customer about this. So this spark plug, right? It looked like it had normal oil on it, you know, normal oil. But then I started, it was thick, you know, it's real thick. And I'm like, this, you know, this looks more like real bad. Look at this. The consistency of it does not sit right with me, right? I'm taking out the spark plugs, right? The customer came, he brought all the parts, you know. So I'm focused talking to him. And I tell him, hey, look, this coil right here, this one got oil. You know what I mean? It got oil, but look at the type of oil it has. Like, so I went to go remove the spark plug in there, and the spark plug is just, this is a spark plug. The spark plug is just like this, just dancing in there. Now, a lot of things could have happened. As you can see, the spark plug right here, that piston definitely smacked the shit. Right, so what happened is that the last mechanic who worked on this car, they didn't tighten it down all the way. So this spark plug just came loose from vibration, compression, and it was just smacking up in there. And luckily, the spark plug, you know, didn't tear up anything. It didn't break the piston. It didn't mess up the thread. It was just a rookie mistake from the last mechanic, and they simply just didn't tighten it down all the way. During the recording of this video, I didn't put a camera down there, so I didn't really check. I was going based off just me, my knowledge, and maybe, well, I was going by theories and thoughts of what could have happened. And luckily, no catastrophic situation didn't happen, and everything went smoothly. Nothing was damaged, and I cleaned up as much as I could from that piston. Inside I vacuumed it and everything looked good in there after I put the camera and everything. So yeah, let's keep on going. New coils, new spark plugs here, you know. So I'm gonna try to put a spark plug in there, okay? Because what's the worst that can happen? I mean, damage is already done, you know. I'm gonna put a camera in there, see what I can see. Hopefully the piston's good, but by the looks of that spark plug, and I'm even gonna see if I can even thread it, even the thread is good, you know. If it's even worth re-threading to put a new spark plug. So, and with that being said, that's how you get to your valve cover, and you gotta change your spark plugs only, or your valve cover by itself only, or you just gotta get in there for whatever reason. You gotta get in there. So I'm just gonna make it that. I'm not gonna make it a part 2. If I make it a part 2, I will just add it at the end of a video of one of my DIY videos. So basically how it runs after and before. I always forget to do that. I always forget to record a video before, because before it was running like shit, like it was misfiring, obviously. And if your car's misfiring, then you know what it sounds like and what it feels like. But I should have done it for the viewer that doesn't know. So I should start doing that. I should start basically doing what's wrong with the car and what noise is doing, then fix it, and then give you after video. So I might add that at the end. I don't know. When I'm done with this job, I might add it at the end of the credits. Like I usually add end credits and adding little things here or there. But if I don't, here's the Honda Fit. Here's the build. It's going well. It's going amazing. A lot of things are coming in. Like I keep saying every day. We got lights. Front. We're not going to talk too much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Much love, your boy, CGFIX. This has been the coolest car that I've driven since I've been doing my mechanic YouTube channel, TikTok, all that stuff. Test drives, this thing was fun. I have a bunch of clips that I gotta upload. Go check my channel so you guys can see the work on this 350Z. I did a valve cover job. Carbon fiber, baby, as you can see. Carbon fiber, not carbon fiber valve cover, but you know, definitely got a valve cover. I mean, carbon fiber filter, air intake thing. But we did the spark plugs, coils, valve cover, and then the intake here. And there's a lot of more work that's going to be done to this car. So if you want to check more work on this car, it will be on my channel. I'm posting it in like 5 minutes.